So my guess is that this file, which again I just found online, was a recorded performance.
Yeah.
So, so if you look at it, you see you've got the header. Again, it's a MIDI file type 1, simultaneous, 3-track. This one, 480 pulses per quarter minute. So, yeah, so it's a lot more to keep track of. So your delta time, you've got twice as many gradations. You know, you've got a lot more. So the first track, it's on the late 9, so it's in 4/4 time. You compute the tempo, and it comes out to 98 beats per minute.
So if you did it so it was like 2 pulses per quarter note, would that just limit you to having, you know, 8 notes the whole time? Or
Yeah.
it wouldn't like reduce the sample rate of the actual sound, or just that's just how often you trigger it?
Right, exactly. It's a clock rate of the MIDI internal
controls.
Yeah.
Okay. That'd be helpful actually.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting if you think about it that, you know, MIDI has this you know, limited bandwidth on the cable, but in this file you can give it any pulse per quarter note. So you can specify things very specifically. You know, if you go to a very high number, almost more than you could if it was just on a cable. Because on a cable it might be delayed, whereas here you can have, you know, there's 0 time to interpret the MIDI command when you're doing it on a file. So, okay, and then this goes on. You look at it, and so the first track comes up, and its track name is Melody. So again, it's just ASCII. FFO3 tells you it's the track name. 06 is the length. 6 ASCII characters is melody. And then you go through, and it's got the bank select. Tells you to patch 71 bassoon. Interesting, it's got the volume controller command, so it gives you a volume level. And then it just starts going through the notes. So you can kind of, I tried to measure like how close it was to a certain beat, but everything was kind of, you had to make a guess, because it wasn't exact, it didn't have these rigid rules. It was a human recording it, and I don't know how good they were. You know, with 480 pulses per quarter note, the computer's going to point out, even if somebody's got, you know, metronomic like time, there's still going to be a little off here and there.
Yeah.
And that's fine as far as music goes, when you can see it in the MIDI file. So that's where it goes through. So that's the second example, sort of